Let's talk about a song that hit the world like a wake-up call. 20 years later, Where is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas still hits just as hard because the problems it called out, we're still facing them today. War, division, media manipulation, but also this stubborn hope that things could be better. This isn't just a throwback anthem, it's a mirror. And maybe, just maybe, the answer to its famous question starts with us. Stick around. We're breaking down why this song matters now more than ever. Verse 1 is a powerful critique of society's problems, focusing on hypocrisy, violence, and the lack of love and unity. The verse starts with a question: What's wrong with the world, Mama? Which sets the tone for the whole song. It's like the narrator is looking at all the chaos and asking why things are so broken. The line, people living like they ain't got no mamas, suggests that people are acting without morals or compassion as if they weren't raised right. The next line, I think the whole world's addicted to the drama, points out how society thrives on negativity. People are drawn to conflict, scandals, and trauma instead of peace and love. The verse then shifts to a bigger issue: the double standards in fighting violence and hate. The lines, overseas, yeah, we're trying to stop terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living, call out the irony of America focusing on foreign threats while ignoring domestic ones, like gang violence, the Bloods and the Crips, and white supremacy, the KKK. This suggests that the US is quick to point fingers at other countries but doesn't address its own deep-rooted problems. The next part tackles racism and discrimination. The lyrics say that if you only love your own race, you only leave space to discriminate, which leads to hate and anger. The Black Eyed Peas are making the point that division breeds more division. Hate creates a cycle that just keeps going. The line, madness is what you demonstrate, implies that acting out of anger and prejudice is irrational and destructive. Finally, the verse ends with a call for love and self reflection. The lyrics suggest that the solution is to take control of your mind and meditate, meaning people need to pause, reflect, and choose love over hate. Let your soul gravitate to the love is a reminder that love is the only way to break the cycle of anger and violence. Overall, this verse is a wake-up call, pointing out society's flaws while pushing for change through unity and compassion. The chorus hits hard because it's a direct, emotional plea about the pain and confusion in the world. It starts with people killing, people dying, a blunt statement about how violence and death are everywhere. The next line, children hurt and you hear them crying, makes it even more heartbreaking by focusing on innocent kids suffering. This isn't just about abstract problems. It's about real pain that affects the most vulnerable. Then comes a challenge to the listener. Can you practice what you preach? This line calls out hypocrisy. People talk about peace, love, and morality, but do they actually live by those values? The follow-up question, would you turn the other cheek, references a biblical teaching from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount about forgiveness and nonviolence. But here, it's phrased as a test. When faced with hate or injustice, would people really choose peace, or would they retaliate? The cry, Father, 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 help us, feels like a desperate prayer asking for divine intervention because humanity isn't fixing things on its own. Send some guidance from above suggests that people are lost and need wisdom or a moral compass to follow. But the most striking part is the last two lines. 'Cause people got me questioning, where is the love? This sums up the whole song's theme. Amid all the violence, suffering, and fake morality, love feels missing. It's not just a sad observation, it's a frustrated demand. Why isn't love leading the way? Why does it feel so hard to find? Overall, the chorus doesn't just describe problems, it forces listeners to confront their own role in them. Are we part of the solution or part of the problem? And if love is the answer, why does it seem so absent in the world? It's a mix of sorrow, anger, and a call to do better. The post chorus might seem simple at first glance, just a repetition of the phrase, "Where is the love?" But it actually serves a really powerful purpose in the song. It's not just filler, it's a haunting echo of the song's central question, hammering home the frustration and emptiness that comes when love feels missing from the world. By repeating, "Where is the love?" over and over, the Black Eyed Peas make the line feel inescapable, like a thought you can't shake off. It's almost as if society keeps asking this question but never finds an answer. The parentheses around love at the beginning make it seem like love itself is whispering, fading in and out, like it's something we can barely hear or grasp anymore. The way the phrase gets chopped up, the love, the love, the love, makes it sound desperate, like someone searching for something that keeps slipping away. This part of the song also works like a mirror. After the heavy verses and chorus that describe all the violence, hypocrisy, and suffering in the world, the post chorus strips everything down to just that one aching question. It forces the listener to sit with it. Where's the love? There's no distraction, no extra commentary, just the raw, unresolved feeling that something fundamental is missing. In a way, the post chorus is the sound of exhaustion. It's not angry or preachy. It's tired and sad. After listing all the ways the world is broken, the song doesn't offer a neat solution. Instead, it leaves us with this unanswered plea, making us sit in the discomfort of not knowing where love is gone, or if it ever really showed up in the first place. Verse 2 dives even deeper into the confusion and frustration about why the world feels so broken despite all the talk about love and peace. The opening lines, "It just ain't the same, old ways have changed. New days are strange, is the world insane?" set the tone by highlighting how rapidly things are shifting and not for the better. There's a sense of disorientation here, like society has lost its moral compass. The question, if love and peace is so strong, why are there pieces of love that don't belong? Suggests a contradiction. If love is supposed to be this powerful force, why does the world feel so divided? It's as if love is being used selectively, leaving people out and creating fractures instead of unity. The verse then takes a darker turn, calling out the brutal realities of war and its innocent victims. The imagery of nations dropping bombs, chemical gases filling lungs of little ones, is visceral and horrifying, pointing to the way children suffer most in conflicts they didn't create. The line, "with ongoing suffering as the youth die young," drives home the tragedy of lives cut short, emphasizing how cycles of violence rob the next generation of a future. This leads to the painful question. So ask yourself, is the loving really gone? It's a challenge to the listener. How can we claim to value love when we allow this kind of suffering to persist? The next section tackles greed, selfishness, and the hidden motives behind conflicts. The lyrics criticize how people keep making wrong decisions only visions of them dividends, meaning profit and personal gain often override morality. The phrase, "deny thy brother," is a biblical reference, echoing Cain and Abel, underscoring how humanity keeps betraying itself. The line, "a war is going on, but the reason's undercover," suggests that the real causes of violence, power, money, control, are deliberately obscured, leaving people in the dark. When the truth is swept under the rug, as the song says, it becomes impossible to build real love or justice because lies and manipulation get in the way. The verse ends with a frustrated call and response. "Where's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. And where's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know." Which feels like a collective admission of helplessness. Nobody seems to have answers, and that's part of the problem. By tying truth and love together, if you never know truth, then you never know love. The Black Eyed Peas argue that you can't have one without the other. A world built on deception can't truly love, and without love, the truth will always be buried. It's a bleak but urgent message. Until we confront the lies and corruption, love won't stand a chance. Verse 3 hits on a more personal level, blending frustration with exhaustion as the narrator reflects on how society's moral decay weighs on them. The opening line, "I feel the weight of the world on my shoulder," paints a vivid picture of someone burdened by the state of humanity, and it only gets heavier as they get older. As I'm getting older, y'all people gets colder. There's a sense of disappointment here, as if the older generation expected progress, but instead, people have become more selfish and detached. The line, "most of us only care about money making," cuts deep, calling out how capitalism and greed have replaced compassion, leading society down the wrong direction. The verse then takes aim at the media's role in poisoning minds, especially the youth. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria. Suggests that news and entertainment prioritize shock value and drama over truth, shaping a warped view of reality. The comparison to infecting the young minds faster than bacteria is striking. It implies that harmful messaging spreads like a disease, with kids mimicking the violence and toxicity they see in movies. Kids want to act like what they see in the cinema. This critique isn't just about bad influences. It's about how entire generations are being raised on values that glorify conflict and materialism instead of empathy. The next lines shift into a mourning of lost virtues. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to fairness and equality? These rhetorical questions highlight how society has abandoned its moral foundations. Instead of coming together, people are spreading animosity, turning minor differences into reasons for division. The line, "lack of understanding leading us away from unity," sums it up perfectly. Ignorance and refusal to empathize keep us fractured. This builds into the emotional core of the verse, where the narrator admits to feeling under and down, weighed down by the hopelessness of it all. Yet, there's a glimmer of resilience. "Gotta keep my faith alive till love is found," suggesting that even in the darkness, holding on to hope is the only way forward. The verse ends with an open ended, "now ask yourself," leaving the listener to fill in the blank. It's a challenge. What's your role in all this? Are you part of the problem, or can you help bring back the love? Unlike the earlier verses that focused on systemic issues, this one feels more introspective, like the Black Eyed Peas are saying, "Yeah, the world's messed up, but what are you going to do about it?" It's a call to self reflection and personal responsibility in a world that's forgotten how to care. The outro serves as both a sobering reality check and a final plea for unity, wrapping up the song's themes with a sense of urgency and shared responsibility. The repetition of one world isn't just a catchy hook. It's a mantra hammering home the idea that despite all our divisions, we're all stuck on the same planet. There's no backup Earth, no escape hatch. This is all we've got. The lines, we only got, that's all we got, strip away any illusions, forcing listeners to confront the fragility of our shared home. When the lyrics shift to, and something's wrong with it, yeah, something's wrong with it, yeah. It's like the song is pointing at the world like a broken machine. The hesitation in the world, yeah, makes it sound like the narrator is stumbling over the words, almost too frustrated or heartbroken to say it clearly. This isn't just observation, it's despair. After verses full of war, greed, and hypocrisy, the outro doesn't offer solutions. Instead, it lingers on the problem, making sure we feel how messed up things are. Yet, there's a quiet call to action in the way the outro invites collective participation. Now sing with me, y'all. It's not just the Black Eyed Peas song anymore. It's ours. The repetition of one world becomes a protest chant, a prayer, or a wake up call, depending on how you hear it. By ending on, that's all we got, the song leaves us with a challenge. If this is truly our only world, why aren't we fighting harder to fix it? The lack of resolution is intentional. The work to find the love isn't in the music, it's in us.